Hi there, welcome to the JPT sub and the March update. It's not a lot of layout update to give you this month. It's been really busy and not got a lot done, but there has been progress though, I'll give it that. Got a couple of trains running here. Where I've been working mainly is here in this area, the scrapyard and the propane dealer that I redid from earlier on. If you watch some of the older videos, you'll see that's a totally different layout of our format of how it was. Scrapyard is just about done. I've added this wall could use a little weathering here. The first version of it I made was too tall, so I made a new one that's shorter. It's got chain link fence closing off this end of the yard. Same thing here on the propane dealer, chain link fence around it. A blast wall at the end of the tanks just to kind of protect the buildings across the street there. Not that it would really probably do that much good, but it's there. This part's done. I've been working on adding weeds, and it's going to be a fast food place or a Dunkin' Donuts over here on this side. So the building's in progress work, but I'm trying to put a shrubbery line here, and I'm thinking I need to fill that in a little more, get another set of these hydrangea bushes. They're HO scale, so they're supposed to be smaller bushes, but if we use them in N scale, they work really well for that spot. There's some pink ones. We'll see those in a minute at another spot here. But again, it's probably doesn't show that great, but the parking stripes are in for this side of the place. And next up is to do the drive for the drive-through coming around the building here. We'll turn it over here. You guys can see this a little better. So I'm going to put a concrete driveway around the edge for the drive-through itself, because that's a pretty common thing you see here. Parking, again, the parking lot stripes here. Put like a drive-through menu here. I'm working on that as well. The roof's not really on this building yet because I still have to do the interior. It's just kind of sitting there. It will be lit. And yeah, that's pretty much all the update in this area of the layout. So we're going to move down a little bit and look at a different spot. Okay, and the other spot that I have made some progress on during March is the church here. Added a cross to the front, a suggestion from my friend Dan, so I thought that was a great suggestion, and it actually looks really nice there. The striping is done on the parking lot. Again, this is the pink hydrangeas here. They made a nice nice break right there. Looked good, I think. I did repaint this sidewalk, so I'm going to move the cars back into the parking spaces for now. There we go. So yeah, I actually just finished that. So that's that's everything I pretty much have done layout wise for March. This area is still kind of a to be determined. Here, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I've got this little building that actually makes a nice fire station, and it's going to fit this spot pretty nicely there. I just have to make a drive to connect to the road there for it. Probably be concrete, so it'll match up with the sidewalk, and we'll have to do a little bit less work there to make that fit. I still have this open spot over here where I'm going to put the Georgia Tech Auto Tech, or Ramblin' Wreck Auto Tech building. Kind of really deciding how I want to do that, whether I want to have it facing sideways like it is, or if I turn it facing the main road, it'll you don't see the sign on it anymore, so it kind of takes away from it. But we'll see what I do with that. And obviously it doesn't need a lot around it, because it'll be a lot of a place just to park a lot of cars, because they'll be be there waiting to be worked on and stuff like that. So it'll probably just get not much different than what you see there, other than the parking lot ground done better, and maybe some chain link fence or some kind of fencing around it just to secure the lot. And So those will probably be my next. That and that little fire station area will be my next couple of things to work on once I finish the restaurant back there. And you know, those are my kind of my April targets. We'll see how that goes. See how much of that gets done. You know, for sure, I'll definitely want to finish up the restaurant down here at the end and get that going. One other thing is, and it's not up yet, is right here. I have this little building, and it's got a radio tower here that goes with it. And I haven't mounted it yet because I need to be able to reach in here, and I don't want to just constantly be knocking it over. So we got that, and that's the layout update for March. Like I said, it wasn't much, kind of quick. Trains running. You've seen the video about the new tank cars there, and a couple of these other cars on this train running under us. We're going to see next in the new arrivals. So let's move on to the new arrivals then. Leading off the new arrivals this month, we're going to look at the things I got at the train show in Cartersville, Georgia on March the 14th. We'll start out with that. Cartersville's just right up the road from me, so it was consider that a local show. But starting out was this 12-pack of Atlas trucks and couplers, or bogies. These have the Rapido style couplers on them, and they'll work perfect for some of the UK cars that I've been 3D printing. So was a good deal on them. So that's leading us off. Next up is this pair of vendor food carts, the pull behind trailers, one for crates and one for hot dogs. One's packaged Arnold, one's packaged Oxford Diecast. They're both made by Oxford Diecast, and identical trailers, different paint schemes, and these are really cool. I have the pizza one already, and there's one other paint scheme in N-Scale that once I get, I'll have the full set. I can do a setup somewhere of a gathering of food trucks. Then more Oxford Diecast. We have a regular size Ford Transit van, a green Mini, and then a Volkswagen bus. You know, I see the Volkswagen buses at every show, and I always keep saying, I'm going to get one, I'm going to get one. And today JP was with me at the show, and that was one that he actually picked out. He also picked out the hot dog cart on the vendor one from what we just saw. But just took JP point out something different for me to actually get it. So very very happy with these vehicles. Then we have this Otter Valley Railroad high side Gone in the blue secure paint scheme. Thanks again to JP for helping me pick out which car from Otter Valley to get, because they had several different paint schemes in this car, and I really like the blue, and obviously he did too, because that's the one he picked. So we'll take this out of the package here after we look at the rest of the new arrivals and take a closer look at this, because this is my first Otter Valley car, and on initial inspection, just in the package, these things look beautiful. And I've seen some other YouTubers talk about these cars, and in particular Allegheny Northern, and very high praise for them, and very happy with them. So I'm looking forward to getting it out of the package and taking a closer look. And here we have, yes, you guessed it, a Gone. This one's a BC Rail made by Microtrains. Just couldn't go to a train show and come home without a Gone. Just hard for that to happen. And anyway, this car probably at the bare minimum get weathered. At the maximum, it may get totally repainted. We'll see. But this was the last purchase from the train show visit. Still have a few more new arrivals to look at though for March here. Next up is the Kato 20-015 ash pit track, 7 5/16 inches long. These are going to be used inside the new engine house on the workbench. They actually will also work well as inspection pits. So not just, so steam era ash pit tracks for the diesel era, they work good as inspection pits. So that's that at new arrival. Next up is this Oxford diecast travel trailer in a blue and white scheme. Right, here it is out of the box. The usual Oxford diecast quality here. Like how the top tail lights are painted, marker lights, molded details, but it's still really, really nice there. Under frame, there's the wheels. Kind of get a look at the hitch there. Front window. Yeah. So there you have it. Destined for the layout right away. The next new arrival is this another Graham Farish coach. This came from the same place where I got the other one. It was funny how they didn't have some things listed, and a few weeks after I got the other ones, more things popped up. So first off is another Graham Farish buffet coach, and then I also got this wagon, total tanker. Also Graham Farish, as you can see. The third Graham Farish car this month is another one of the 100-ton tanker bogie wagons in the red total scheme. Just like the others, used car. It's going to have to be cleaned up. It has a lot of dust and dirt on the top of the car. You can see it in the packaging without even taking it out, and we'll take it out in a minute and look at it. You can also see the packaging has some of the plastics kind of folded over where I guess it was loose when somebody put the car back in the box, and it folded under. When I was showing the other two cars, I made the comment about the packaging being different, and it should have dawned on me because I remember reading this before, is that this one has the yellow label on the end, just like the other red total wagon does. That, and the fact that the package doesn't say Graham Farish by Bachmann on it, is telling me that this is a pre-Bachmann owned Graham Farish car. So, which is cool, because that means it was probably made in the UK, and really makes it something special, because I think that's the first ones of these that I have. And we'll open this up here and take a look, just so you guys can see the car. Different kind of plastic shell packaging here, and let's see here. Yeah, that folds back up flat. It's not torn or anything. It's loose from the package there. So probably if we close that, and we'll put it back in from the other end. When we put it in, it should fold right. But here's our car. You can see these, unlike the later ones, it doesn't have the sides here that make it a fuller package. Let's see if we can get this out without breaking anything here. There we go. Yeah, so there you can see what I'm talking about the dirt on the car there. I mean, it almost looks like weathering, but based on some of the places I've seen the dirt, I don't think that is weathering. So I'd rather clean it up, and if I want to weather it a little different. We'll clean the wheels. I can tell they look dingy as well, but these are, for what they are, these are really nice cars. I really like them. And so, cool addition to the fleet. And one thing about really, I need to look for a little turntable to put these on to show you guys the cars. But anyway, there you go. That's all our Graham Farish cars for this month, so we'll move on to what's next. When I was at the train show this month, one of the vendors set up was Squeaky Trains, and you can see their logo here. No affiliation or anything like that with these people, so just get that out of the way right now. But what I found out was that even though they've been around for 5 years, they finally opened up a storefront at the beginning of this year. So they now actually have a store. It's on the other side of Atlanta. It's a long drive from here, so it's not like something I can frequent all the time, but it is cool to know there's another train store in Atlanta. But I did happen to go across town this week, and after the week after the train show, and stopped by their store. Got a couple of stickers here, Squeaky's things, and they also, it's a half trains and half fish store, kind of neat combination. So, you know, I like aquariums too, so that's a cool combo for me. Anyway, got some stickers, a pin, little freebies there. But I picked up some of these Army Painter woodland tufts in a regular green color. I needed a few more of those. When we were looking at the layout update, one of the things, you know, adding the bushes and stuff, I just need to add more tufts and grass weeds and things. So can always use those. So we got that. I also found they had more of these lighted cars from Rock Island Hobby. That the only place I've seen them outside of here is either on Amazon or on at a store in Dallas, Texas. And I'll put a link to these in the below for the Amazon side, but I got these at Squeaky's. And then the last thing was just some more extension cables for my Woodland Scenics light hubs. So I mainly buy these because I need the plugs to plug into the hub, but everything else I can wire through these. I don't really use the Woodland Scenics plugs that are lights themselves. So anyway, that's the last of the hauls for March. It was quite a bit, but unfortunately the big items that I was really expecting to have in March, because I was expecting March to be an overwhelming month, really, didn't arrive yet. They're still in transit, so that means April is going to be a big month. So we'll wrap this up here, and let's check out a running session, and then we'll close out the video. Time to take a closer look at this Otter Valley high side Gone. Otter Valley is a company out of Ontario, Canada. It's the first car that I've gotten from them. Like I mentioned in the things, I've seen them online, and you know, some other YouTubers with them, and I've seen them advertised, but I've never seen them in person, and finally got to see it in person, and I think I'm going to be really happy with this. So this car is the OVR-6472 NSC 6400 gondola, and the SCCX 2330 reporting marks and number. Other end of the package just is Otter Valley's N-scale line. Here's a little bit of something you can actually set that down here. You can pause that and read it maybe if you want to. Just a little something about Otter Valley. But right off the bat, I will tell you this: cardboard box packaging instead of the plastic jewel cases. Not a huge fan, but it is packaged very well, so you know, I can't fault them for it. It is probably would add more cost to the price of the car, and these cars are not cheap. Even though I felt like I got a good deal on it here at this show, still was probably the most expensive thing I bought. But let's pull it out here. So there it is in our clamshell case. We're going to have to it's taped on the ends here, so we're going to have to untape it. But just a quick look here around the car. Both sides look really nice. At a glance, I can already tell it's got metal wheels. So, all right, so we'll let's cut the tape open on this here and see what we get. Okay, I pulled this little sticker off the end here. Off was what's holding it on. There's one still on the other end there, and it's a good point. Stickers, sometimes they're good. They're great for sealing these things, which is fine. There was a price sticker on this. I can't fault Otter Valley for this. I can the vendor that sold it. Use stickers that leave a lot of stickum on it. I don't care to leave the stickers on my packages, so took that off. And rant done there. Let's open up this car and see what we got inside this package here. Look at that. Man. The clamshell's nice. It protects the car really well. As is common with most cars these days, there's this clear plastic barrier sheet in here. And right off the bat, the blue color of this car is beautiful. I mean, it looks perfect without even taking it out. All right, so but let's pick it up and take a look at it here. All right, so holding it up a little closer, you guys can see the printing on it is really sharp, looks really good. I don't know how close I can get before it goes out of focus. Probably about there. There's a lot of good printing on it. End printing, with my finger in the way, I don't know how much you can see, but there's a ton of end detail here. Little etched metal platform stand, airlines, brake hoses, some nice knuckle couplers. These are not micro trains or anything I've seen before, so I guess they're proprietary to Otter Valley. Really cool, body mounted. Metal wheels on the trucks, nice heavy roller bearing trucks here. Some nice underbody detail here. These cars didn't have a lot of underbody detail, but what was there, it looks like they did a good job of modeling it. The brake wheel end of the car here. Sorry, kind of dropping off the screen there. Brake wheel into the car here. A lot of the, again, you can see the kind of, when I turn it the right way there against my hand, you can see the cut lever detail that's on here. Inside is just the inside of a gun. It's just nice and square, but wow, this thing is really nice. Everything looks sharp and crisp on this car. I think I'm gonna enjoy running this thing. Kind of wish I'd gotten more, but you know, when it's the first time you're getting a car that you don't know much about, you kind of want to see what you get first. So maybe in the future, if I run across more of these, I'll get some either maybe get some more of this paint scheme or some of the other paint schemes they have. But that's a closer look at this car, and maybe we'll see it on during the running session here at the end. Okay, that wraps up the March update. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a lot of work done, but at least I got something done. So thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the new arrivals and the little running session here at the end. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the subscribes, and we'll see you next time right here on the JGT Sub.